Begin.
This is a matchup that, you know, especially here in the Injustice Pro Series Season 2, I mean, you can go back to Season 1, this is something that we would see, you know, in top 8s at the premier events. It's this particular matchup right here. So that's the caliber of players that we're going to witness here in top 16, round 1. So this is just to get in the top 8 on the winner's side, and then the loser going to go down and have to fight through the loser side of the bracket. So it's pretty crazy that they're meeting up this early, and that just goes to show the level of competition that we're going to see here today. We're already seeing Gur starting to low profile some of the jump-ins with the sweeps. Nice little savage down 2 there by Gur. Not giving Gur too much respect, because if you give Adam too much respect, he's going to run all over you.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's going to run all over you in that little tiny pixel format. And now, Black Magic's going to play a huge role into this matchup. This looks like a matchup where Black Adam can kind of just do it a lot in the neutral as long as he's full screen. Very few things that Gur can do to punish that. Looked like he might have had the ability to do it there, but it just a little too slow.
Ooh, I like that by... Oh, you see Gross do the dash up, and then the instant jump back into the dive kick. I think he was trying to bait Gur into pressing a button. He's just trying to get him to blink with that forward dash, but Gur is going to pick up a nice little combo with the trait as well, which turns into a beautiful-sized B&B, low-key on that trait as well. The damage very good. Gross going to get him with the sort of mix-up off of the 1-1. He can end that with a 2, which I believe is an overhead, and that's where the kind of mix-up comes into play. But the trait, no clash here by Gur, and look how much meter he had. He just didn't want to meet him, and he's going to eat the chemical on Wake Up, trying to get out of there with lightning breasting. And you know, it's pretty funny how I came down to, you know, one of the tools against the chemicals of Black Adam is a teleport. Going to Supergirl is going to have one. So if he finds himself in that situation again, he just have one option to kind of deal with it. But let's see if he can not find himself in that situation and get something going here, because it has been all Gur so far in our first match on stream. Top 16 of the online East.
Just was getting aggressive here, but a little trip to Microtown just kind of put Gur back into the driver's seat. Goes and puts himself in the corner. So many hits of armor there with that Meterburn interactable. Gur's just trying to finish off this little bit of pixel, and he doesn't beat that low profiling pesky little normal that gets under everybody's skin.
And you know, Adam in general with the jump backs, the traits, the chemicals, the low profiling, even the stagger pressure that we see from Gur, he'll use that string, which is safe on block. It actually might be like +2 or something, you know, and he'll cancel it randomly into trait. So he has trait right now, and just like that, on command, he'll keep you guessing as to when he's going to actually use the trait or not. And he's probably the best on this planet in trait, and he's going to catch the forward movement with the Gamma Gun, closing out the back 3. This has been as possible level, so I'm really glad to see him here go back and stick it out, because Supergirl definitely did not look like a good pick on paper.
All right, feeling each other out, trying to get something going here, getting hit by so many sweeps, getting that backdash chase down with that jump forward by Gur. Gur is in Gross's head, knows what he wants to do, when he wants to do it, and that's going to be a good trade. And look at the ability to convert it into a little bit more damage. Recognize that, you know, he had to figure this out on the fly, went for a second meter burn move just to extend the combo.
Dropping the combo early. Nice little corner push here by Gross. Can he get something going here? He's got you know, a little bit of health left remaining. Is he gonna try to block this entire thing out? Doesn't come off the bar for the push block. And you know, that may have been the perfect opportunity to push block, because he didn't have much to lose. You know, get him off, you get him off the straight, and then maybe just potentially swing right there. But Gur, oh my goodness! Profiling the dive kick there attempt, and he's gonna push block it here as Gross is starting to dwindle on resources, on life, as Gur coming off all resources himself, looking for the launcher, push blocking. We're gonna trade cancel.
Oh, the neutral jump too gets him a full combo. This one's gonna hurt, and Gross is back in there. And again, the Black Magic cannot really be punished from Adam at full screen. I feel like this is a good idea from Gross. Try to just kind of bully the neutral with that Black Magic.
Oh my goodness. And you know, How good is Gur at going aerial and reacting with straight summon, right? He can actually like just stare at his opponent, look for anything, and then press that button, go in, try to catch a whiff punish, anything like that. And I don't know what side this is gonna hit on, but the trait of the super is going to autocorrect for him, and he's gonna take in the micro town. We're going to Giant Town, and this is gonna be the kill as Gur is gonna put Gross in losers in our first match of top 16. Sooneo, who is a Green Arrow specialist, also a Cyborg specialist, representing a scene that I don't think gets enough love, which is the Buffalo fighting game community, the BFGC, up there in New York. They have a wonderful community up there with guys like Station. I think there's a whole group of them, like 5 or 6. And they have just been leveling up. Sooneo definitely taking the mantle there, and he has been doing extremely well in online tournaments of late. And you never know. He's already got an upset on the night, right? 3-0 over Biohazard. If he can make the run, if he can win this whole thing, I'm just saying, we'd have a chance. Last chance qualifiers up there in the Northeast as well.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be in the running for that. But right now, SylverRye is leaping Hellboy, is really just getting around all the zoning tools that Sooneo is trying to utilize. One good jump in is going to lead into a lot of damage, and what a punish here by Sooneo, blocking that low.
Yeah, how clutch is a block on what SylverRye just did, you know, and to have to punish, because you are rarely looking for that low pound from Hellboy. The mix-up, I mean, 9 times out of 10, that he's going to cancel that into a jump too, and that's why the low can be so detrimental, because it's very hard to guess when he's actually going to let that bad boy rip, meeting him in the air here. Sooneo hasn't lost too much health on the second bar here. Can he turn this around?
He definitely can, especially considering how much meter he has. He has the access to push block. He has the access to, you know, really enhancing his moves right there, like he did.
God,
looking for the back.
Press me.
Gonna grip it and rip it.
SylverRye opting to get 15% back as I help bring in for that 1 bar.
Man, I chunked that one.
Time to punch your lights out.
1 bar apiece, tying up the clash here. Both players on an honest last bar here. No clash to stop a combo. Oh, this one's better. Setting up for a ride with that bag 3. And opts not to go for a mix-up. Instead, just backs off, gives Sooneo the room that he's looking for.
Full screen we go, and Sooneo with these fire arrows loaded. I mean, at what point is he going to do just that, which is the jump arrow to catch the approach from SylverRye? He hasn't really thrown too many of them. He's kept the arsenal, you know, pretty grounded so far, and he's just going to catch the air escape into the full conversion, and SylverRye catching that air escape, snatching it out of the air. SylverRye going to take afternoon. Feels like nighttime already with how late the IPS Australia ran last night. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Mitch Williams for literally casting through the night. It was morning when that broadcast ended for that man, so I want to give quick shout outs for him. And that was his first time being on the Injustice channel as well, casting. So really exciting stuff to see, you know, hear some different voices here on the Injustice channel.
Yeah, definitely always love hearing up and comers. Just, you know, just mixing it up a little bit, a little variety.
SylverRye really smart to end that combo early, getting that straight up, and he can eat that on hit. And oh my goodness, the low profile going to pay off here for Sooneo, walking right into the shoulder. Wake up, no aggression there by SylverRye, just hanging back, chilling.
Yeah, so that's the pesky thing about Green Arrows. You can utilize his zoning options while never really standing up. And SylverRye's main zoning tool is that high gunshot.
And if you noticed, I've noticed SylverRye, I think 3 times already, has simply waited for Sooneo to come off of the 3 fire arrows, and then he just goes in because he knows he's going to try to reload it once again. So I want to see kind of a counter adjustment by Sooneo to when he runs out of the arrows just like that. I mean, SylverRye has been pouncing on it left and right the moment that he runs out. So I want to see if Sooneo can make the adjustment of coming off that 3rd arrow and looking to meet him in the air with a jump 3, perhaps.
All right, Sooneo trying to get as much health as he possibly can from that clash. Got those arrows loaded up. Let's see if he's going to use it. Yes, he does. Snipe SylverRye right out of the sky.
that was actually like really good by Sooneo to do the hop and not do the overhead arrow where he shoots it down. He actually kept it aerial, and it covered a lot of options that Hellboy had there.
In hell.
Hello, boxing glove arrow?
I also love Suneo's decision to go with the back three in that situation. Even though the combo would have been able to get more damage, he opted for the back three afterwards, but he wanted to get the clash with damage.
Oh my goodness. Does have an air escape, gets out. But Green Arrow, not a character that has a lot of damage here, and the simple wake up's going to work here for SylverRye. So against the zoning.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about adjusting to the adaptation that you're predicting, especially when you're playing a high caliber player like Sooneo. You know that there's a brain behind that Green Arrow.
Ooh. SylverRye almost leaping his way into that launching interactable, by the way.
Yeah, luckily he did have that character power activated. It got him out of there.
Sooneo going toe-to-toe here in game number 3. SylverRye trying to get a nice clean 3-0 into the winner's side. He wants to go in with that heavy momentum. As someone who's just looking to build on his IPS points, potentially go into the finale. Oh! The trait aided! That was almost absolutely disgusting, where he could have shot him into the interactable, but because of the trait, able to get out. SylverRye getting a little bit lucky there. That could have been huge for Sooneo.
I think SylverRye, adjusting his combo there, anticipating their escape, because he did see that Sooneo had 2 bars. Sooneo, not too far behind.
For the first time, opting to go for that down 2.
Man, I chunked that one.
Time to punch your lights out.
Talking about Green Arrow's down 2 and just how big it is. And you were talking about a quick little micro read there by SylverRye, just throwing that upshot full screen, no big deal. Absolutely red. Oh my goodness. Oh! Telling this man to sit down.
Giving Green Arrow a piece of some medicine here, and the low nut punch.
Trade's activated. Now he can eat anything on hit. Simply take his turn like we're witnessing right now. And he's going to get him with the low pound. It's going to put him in chip territory of the win. Can SylverRye close this out? And on the trade of the low pound is going to advance 3-0.
Begin.
Ooh, letting intros rock too. It's really good sportsmanship here by the players. You gotta love players that like to, showcase what, what's. I don't know how to really read this right, but what's pleasing to the crowd, the viewer at home. Letting intros rock, letting supers rock, all the little things.
Now, both these characters actually have very similar down 2s. They kind of low profile themselves and just throw that hitbox up in the air. So jumping is going to be a very dangerous thing to do from either of these players.
And the jump back of Semiij there, catching the whiff Sonic Pound. That was one of the few times I have seen that in this particular matchup. Especially when your characters in the corner jump backs with a normal like that, are going to cover so many options as Semiij here. And this is looking really strong. And like any start that we see, not enough hit stun right there. But like every matchup that we see, when Semiij gets a hit, to get things going, it's just a steamroll, especially when he gets you cornered like that. It's so hard for guys to try to reestablish themselves in these matches against Semiij. And this is just picking up in a clinic that he's putting on right now.
Oh, the instant jump 1 does beat the jump back 2. And what a perfect air escape there by Semiij, being able to punish HoneyBee.
There's the jump back too, covering the options. Like I said, almost any wake up situation, the up tornado not going to be far enough to reach the anti-air. Sonic Pound, you already saw it got beat. He might have to hold that there. And I don't think there's anyone better in this scene competitively that takes away your options on knockdown than Semiij in the corner. He knows every single character, every single option they have, and every single answer that he has for it. That's a machine right there. That's Semiij.exe.
Yes, Semiij the machine. Like HoneyBee trying to just find the opening here, find his mix-up. Where can he go? Low, overhead, chasing down backdashes. Semiij is just all over it. But hold on, HoneyBee getting something going. And thanks to the Speed Force, able to punish that down two.
Taking that first bar of health. Oh my goodness. Overcommitting on the overhead. And Semiij, that is Catwoman. But absolutely. Very strong, very hard to deal with, especially as the Flash, which is a character with, you know, T-Rex limbs himself. It's hard for him to, you know, get in on his opponent naturally anyway, and having to deal with that backdash and chase down a character like Catwoman and the normals that he has to deal with. It's gonna be hard, and, you know, just on paper.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is happening is that HoneyBee's resorting to his muscle memory. Like, what do I do to stop people's backdashes? In most cases, he can forward to the overhead, does reach a little bit farther, but he's got to find something different with Catwoman. Maybe you need to commit with a forward dash, but what you're doing, you're calling it out perfectly, but it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, you almost have to do something. Oh my goodness! I don't think Semiij cared right there, Arma, that he was gonna get it. He was like, screw it, I'm gonna get some damage while I got it. But you know, I'm just saying, he's probably that savage. He's like, I'm gonna take this on hit. I don't care. Eat this damage, bro. But you know, the Flash against, in particular, Catwoman's backdash might have to do something so crazy, like, you know, on a knockdown right there, just throw a Sonic Pound to try to catch it. You know. It's dare I say, you know, it's gonna be hard reads, and what a clutch block and punish by Semiij. Again, the matchup knowledge is there.
I mean, yeah, it's knowing that where the highs are and where the gaps are in those strings that the Flash is throwing his way.
Oh. And back to, you want to talk about a good button in any neutral? Catwoman's back to. Talk about one of the normals where there's almost no downside to doing it, and HoneyBee letting a cat dash go unpunished. Unfortunate there. That could have come back to haunt him as Semiij would have got one more open up. They could have been lights out. Does get him off the bar though.
A little frustrating here in this situation.
No, again, knowing the options. Backdashing the gap in the final hit, which you don't want to see it. He just cancel a stand one into meter burn. I'm gonna keep saying that these could be game fives, even if they're all 3-0 tonight, because on any given day,
you're cursing us.
Yeah, I could be cursing you guys. Everyone's getting mopped tonight. You're all getting body 3-0. And what a swaggy pickup off the meterless cat dash there. If you saw that, what a cheeky little combo.
We're going to meter burn and stay in the corner to keep HoneyBee in the corner. And this is really where Catwoman just locks you down. But hold on, a little bit of a miscalculation there by Semiij.
Careful, you might get robbed.
That's okay, picks it back up anyway. And overcommitting to the corner we go. HoneyBee could pick up something if he can open up Semiij, which has been nearly impossible in this set. He has struggled to simply open Semiij up with one of the heaviest mix-up characters in the game. That is a testament to Semiij's defense or guessing ability.
I mean, I think it's Semiij just capitalizing so perfectly every time he guesses right. Every time that overhead full string came his way, he punished it perfectly.
Oh my goodness, he can do absolute no wrong right now. Is Semiij sitting comfortable? Oh my goodness. This could be the final nail in the coffin, and he pulls up the gap into the ground pound, and Semiij.
And here he is showing off what she's capable of. And Big D, a very, very all-around great fighting player, Joe.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, I couldn't tell if those were buffers or not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Usually you can. Big D, you might want to calm down here, buddy.
I love how Viking just gave it right back to him.
But, you know, you're talking about how great Big D is of a player and how this character kind of really fits the archetype that we know Big D to be, which is, you know, very patient. He's surprisingly, coming from a very rushdown heavy style in MK9, in MKX and here in Injustice 2, he has played a very patient meta game. And what I like about his style is he's very patient, and he actually relies on really big, hard reads. And you know, that that's really close to my heart. You know, that's something that kind of resonates too. But look for him to do the big meter burn forward threes, even raw forward three right there. And we saw that at Evo Top 8, and I've seen it so much when he streams as well.
You have to be so careful when you're in that forward three range. It's so far, it's going to start a combo, and even if you block it, she's going to be plus. Ooh, a little whip of a throw here goes unpunished. Viking not fast enough to really just start his offense and really hurt Big D for them. Blocked, and Big D checking him there with a down one right after, making sure he stays nice and honest. But here we go, Viking getting launched here in the corner. Gonna be left in a standing position. What's Big D? A little vomit as Viking desperately tries to get some damage on the board. He has to get rid of this first health bar, and look at the footsies, look at the spacing here from Big D. Really comes down to the fact that you have to play her so patiently. You have to be okay with just nothing happening during the match.
She takes a certain finesse that not a lot of us have the stomach to do. Because, you know, a lot of Wonder Woman enthusiasts from back in the day, myself included, I love playing Wonder Woman back in Justice 1. But the drastic change in play style was so harsh that, again, it was really hard to stomach, coming from being a very aggressive mix-up, you know, style archetype to this defensive wall that Wonder Woman is. You know, very, very patient. And you...
Yeah, no, it definitely is huge. It's a very different character. And in Justice 1, she had, you know, low and overhead launchers. And, you know, just so much mobility, so much mix-up potential, where here it's more about just shield toss, shield toss, shield toss. Oh, a little whiff punish here from Viking, but I feel like he was a little torn there. I thought he was going to go for a normal, maybe he just second-guessed himself at the end.
I think, you know, second-guessing yourself and missing something by just a frame can be so detrimental to, you know, you mentally in the matchup, and now things could start to fall apart. Here's Big D, gets him with another raw 4-3.
2 bars apiece, keeping the clash tied, but now Viking has no access to a clash, no access to just completely interrupt the combo. No meter there to extend it. It would have been enough to take out that gray health bar, and he thought there's no way that meter burn 3 was going to survive through there, but you only take half health for meter burn 4.
One mix-up away while the trade is out, and this is just chip damage right now. Big D going to sit back. He's going to put out the thorns just in case, but the trade's going to do the job.
Adjusting and anticipating the range of that forward 3. But both these characters have very similar character powers, and right there, Big D just making Atrocitus whip right in front of him. He definitely knows this matchup. He definitely understands his spacing.
You definitely got to be careful. Big D is one of those guys we talked about in this scene that actually plays foosies. So you don't want to be whiffing in front of this man. He will take full advantage of it, as we are witnessing right now. He actually is one mix-up away from taking the entire bar of health off of this man, and one more getting pressure off of it. It looks like, you know, Viking has his back to the wall, and he is just a deer in headlights against what Ivy is bringing to the table. And, you know, all of that is off of one whiff. One whiff can lead to death.
I love the decision there by Big E, just trying to normalize and get rid of any chip damage that, you know, Atrocitus gets for free. But what a beautiful adjustment by Viking, saying that, okay, I can't chip her out at all. I need to get the hit. I need to do damage. Oh, the delayed wake up in Big B's favor, making that forward 3 whiff, letting him get up during those recovery frames and punishing perfectly.
Oh, that was so smart by Big D to put on the bark. He's not going to eat anything on chip. And nice interrupt on the 4-3 attempt, and he's going to get Dexstar. Offense generated once Dexstar got out. Another whiff punish. Good air escape by Viking. Avoided some really good damage and avoided what was essentially the set play of Ivy, which is she has a bar and trait loaded. No chip damage. Again, this is disgusting gameplay by Big D right now. Everything going his way.
Tempting, but no.
She's already half red. And the blood NATO there from downtown knew the bark wasn't active anymore, and he knew blocking wasn't going to be an option.
Oh man, battle of the pets right now. And okay, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt that those were buffers on the drill.
Those might have been.
just me.
A lot of staggers here. Oh, looking for the downtown Hail Mary Blood NATO, but Big D meeting him with that forward 3. And this is pretty much ending it here. The teabag of disrespect at the end.
Begin.
Down one chakram with Kung Jin. That's not going to work on me. Oh, 9th place. Because I pressed the button. GG's.
Best place.
All right. Hayatei. Getreked. Getreked, a very young and up-and-coming player. He has been consistent throughout Injustice 2, making a name for himself in these online Injustice Pro Series events, Hometown Heroes, here in Online East, on War of the Gods. He plays in pretty much everything. All of the exhibition shows that happen on a weekly basis as well. That some of the guys like we like to put on. Got to give shout out to Jiggly's, who does Nights of Exhibitions, Ragnarok. Back when the Fight Club Weekly was doing their tournaments as well. And yeah, just trying to compete as much as possible. Doesn't have a lot of resources to travel. And this is where he tries to make a name for himself. And a win here, a top 16, a top 8 here, to definitely get his name out there. And if he can make a couple of these big upsets, he's looking decent so far. Hayatei kicking up. Oh my goodness, the anti-air forward 2. I thought he was going to go under and get punished, but nope, big enough is the normal. And the pressure's on with Dexter.
I love the ability to just go into the Dexter right away. He knew the combo was going to be enough. Instead, he's playing the long game, looking for a situation that Hayatei possibly wasn't anticipating.
Vengeance demands your death.
That was a very scary whiff. Putting himself in the corner is get wrecked.
What a pickup by Hayatei to reverse the reversal of the position that was opening him up in the corner, the DPing to get this man back into the corner, keeping it unclashable. Textbook stuff by Hayatei. Jumps, I think, into a punch float. Awkward situation.
Yeah, no, very different. Those punches are high, so really what you want to do is a down 1 or a down 2 on Atrocitus wake up. And Hayatei just jumping out of there, he might give up this game and this detrimental life lead that he has. Never mind.
And Hayatei
Just gameplay.
Yeah, you know, some of the, all the OGs really from way back in the day, don't really compete anymore. We saw Winter Wars for a little bit. I haven't seen Death in 18 years. I just, you know.
Yeah. I guess that kind of goes for every scene. A lot of OGs still are present, but, you know, I feel like it's definitely not present there.
Good patience by Hayatei. Just wait it out. Bank on your defense. So many people get, I don't know, they get antsy when blocking Dexter, being afraid of being opened up. Like, they don't believe in their own defense. So definitely if you're taking those, you know, have some faith in yourself.
Oh, not sure why he wasn't blocking overhead. Robin doesn't have any low starters outside of the sweep, so you really just want to take the sweep pretty much every time.
Future of crime fighting.
Teasing that interactable just a little bit. Hayatei gets under it and he finds his opening, finds his way a little bit closer to Abu Rekt. And what a perfect punish there. As soon as Dexter is summoned, Abu Rekt definitely regretting that decision.
Excellent block. And
for
what
the raw puddle.
And Robin having those gigantic, huge, enormous normals to have the punish from that distance as well. Dexter, that was really smart because this is almost, all but going to guarantee that first health bar. He's not going to have Dexter here on the second health bar as Hayatei is a couple of big reads away. He does have 2 bars. Look for a potential meter burn cancel. Because those things, that would have
back that through. great reactions there by Getreked. As soon as he saw that smoke, he pressed that down one, but it wasn't enough to make the
Begin.
great. All right. Backdash and trying to build a little space there, trying to go for the zoning, but changes it up a little bit with that forward dash. Forward two, getting real aggressive. Oh, looking for a jump back too, but that jumping through by Robin really takes priority over everything. And the down two, smart stuff by Getreked.
Ooh, I think he was looking for something there. Did he miss a shimmy, or was he trying to bait out something by Hayatei?
Not sure, possibly a bait here. Good block there again by Getreked, but doesn't anticipate the interactable placement of the bomb.
Almost had the punish. Oh. 2018 and Assassin Strike is still safe on blood.
If they don't punish it, it's safe on block.
That's facts. That is a Webster dictionary definition right there.
Getreked using a little bit here of the meter department, but gets nice and aggressive here with that forward throw. One of the most interesting things about character design of Superman, how the forward or back throw leaves Superman in that perfect forward two range.
Yeah, that was the first kind of shocking change I saw coming from Justice 1 and Justice 2, because Superman was the first character that I saw, and I saw the forward throw left, and I'm like, wait a minute, what?
This is gonna be broken.
Look at Getreked, so much more comfortable playing the game, it looks like, against Robin, and there's a big read at that max distance of a jump 2 of Robin. Both jump normals of jump 2 and jump 1 have such big hitboxes to it. 2 having the more forward hitbox, 3 just having that arc. Oh, and that is good luck, have fun blocking some of those in the corner. They can mix you up in front and behind, 4 frames apart, even a couple frames apart. So hard to guess.
Oh, that smart Birderang really tracking at that point. Getreked jumping a little too early.
Oh, and did you see what?
Begin.
We've seen this matchup a lot, you know, SylverRye, Nubcakes, and King here going up against Starfires, and you're right, the cross-up forward 3 can be such a game changer on those female hitboxes, even on the read with the meter burn right here. King getting it started early. Oh!
Oh, here we go. Biohazard extending the cover. Looking at Forever King here in the corner. Forever King swinging back for a beautiful punish with that back 1-1.
Wow, what a Tamarinian charge. Right on the stagger, too. You know, you could almost, I guess, buffer that on almost any of the staggers that Batman's going to throw out. Long straight's not activated.
Yeah, you definitely
really,
can
really
here.
smart.
Forever King looking for a grapple, but you know, thanks to that projectile from Biohazard, he was able to nullify the situation. And what a whiff punish and reaction by Biohazard. And Meridian Charge just wants to chip him out and looking to build a little meter on the way there.
Ooh, disrespecting the block stun that doesn't exist, Arma, on the mechanical bat.
You can't disrespect something that doesn't exist.
So really, that was just knowledge. If you guys at home don't know, if you block a mechanical bat, it's essentially your turn as long as something's not already active. Especially when you see a Batman try to follow it in from a distance like he did there.
Still not hot enough for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a thing if you're not in that back 1-1 range, which is what a lot of Batman players would nullify that. And Biohazard going with a very risky ender option there for that string.
Being unfortunate that whips him back 2-3.
Any trade, he's looking to get clean hits, but Biohazard not giving him the chance. All over it here, all inside of King's brain, and Biohazard taking it.
Begin.
Game number 2.
Looking for a jump in there. Ooh, right there, that's when you have to respect these mechanical bats.
And you know, King had committed to the forbidden first hit that Batman players can go for. Oh my goodness, actually got a corpse out there accidentally. Which I saw Nubcakes be the first one to really implement that to get the first hit. And that is just good luck, have fun with that particular vortex as long as the bat's out. But he'll go for back 1-1 slide, which is so hard to block on the fly. It's not something that you're gonna tell yourself mentally that a Batman player has the cojones to actually do.
Very risky, unsafe stuff, definitely. But you know where the mix-up lies is instead of ending your string into an overhead.
I'm Batman.
He is Batman. Instead of ending your string in an overhead, you end it with a slide by canceling it.
And whoop. Luckily catch him there with the 4-2-1+3. Gonna reverse the position as well. And that was just a nice little setup that he did there, putting out that orb and looking for King to maybe jump right there. I think he was actually playing nice and patient behind that thing.
King really loves doing that 1-1 string. You know, it does have a very tiny gap, but it does leave you in an advantageous position. Block stun wise, and oh my God, the mix up, the ride, we're Nick City here. Biohazard wanting to get out of here, wanting to get out of the corner.
Not back down.
He could make this comeback. Biohazard's got a lot of meter, but not a lot of health. No clash to get anything back, and Forever King just keeping it real, lean, and simple here.
Begin.
To do what we know Batman's capable of, which is having the bar, having the trait, and savagery already early on from this game.
Down one, the incredible read. I mean, look at it from King's perspective. He's played this matchup so many times because his girlfriend is a very, very good Starfire player. So he knows all the tendencies, all the options that Starfire has out the gate over and over again.
Yeah, Infinity definitely very strong player coming from Catwoman to Starfire, playing her at a very high level, both characters. Definite shout out. She was in this tournament as well, and this has just been Mix City population Biohazard off of these grapples and
It's not
strings.
fun for me either.
Oh, meeting her there with that high normal, a little risky stuff, but just perfectly spaced out by Biohazard, and it was the right decision. And Forever King getting a little antsy there at full screen, getting all that projectile damage.
That stuff hurts too, man. When he comes off all of that trait, or when she comes off all that trait, I said him in the Biohazard character is, in fact, a woman. Mix up City here in the corner, and you know, there, I think Biohazard was looking for the back 1-1 slide, perhaps. King is actually keeping Biohazard on his toes right now. The Tamarind charge out. That's something King has to look out for.
Keep Biohazard honest and putting blocks in all these mechanical battles. Repeat range. So he's trying to condition Biohazard to stop pressing buttons after he blocks those mechanical bats.
A lot of meter for Bio too. We're about even on health. 3 bars of meter now apiece. And he looked for a meter burn roll, but got stuffed in the start
I
above
hope
it.
this
Oh,
isn't
no.
your best.
Still not hot enough for you?
Yeah, you really hate to say that, see that type of thing happen. You waste a bar for absolutely no reason just to get stuff before the invincibility phase of your meter burn roll even kick in. And here we go, Biohazard taking the combo's gonna, or I'm sorry, the reset's gonna happen on the left. You have to hold it back and block.
Absolutely, and there's such a visual. How do I say this? There are times where it, you know, the jump. It
looks like a crossover.
Yeah, so the jump 2 exists somewhere, but hits somewhere else. Where the animation is of a cross-up, but it actually hits in front. You know, little things like that are microscopic with this character. Arma actually the first one to show me,
what a
and then
punish there by Biohazard.
Oh, do you think that Bio got caught trying to disrespect the mechanical bat right there?
Waste my time.
Definitely. It seems like he's refusing to be conditioned here, but I think Forever King's okay with that. He likes that free damage on the board. Tamarind charge gets him all the way out there. Let's see if he can keep Batman out. But that mechanical bat, not only is it a great offensive tool, but it's a great anti-zoning tool in certain situations.
Ooh, catching that forward dash. King nothing much to lose in that situation. 3 bars apiece once again on the second health bar. This is where they found themselves in last game before Bio ran away with it. Is this next hit going to be what's crucial? And it just might be, because King has the resources. The Vortex and drops the down 2. That could be everything here.
Not sure what happened there. I guess we just didn't we didn't have the armor there in that same spot. And King able to knock that drum out of Starfire's hands.
Very good stuff by King on the spacing there. Not watching that grab at the end. Such a big range on that 4-2-1+3.
It's a risky throw there. If King ducked it, that would have been a full combo, especially with a player of King's caliber. He's not going to put damage on the table like that.
He has ducked it already one time in this set. It's not something you see too much at a high level. I think he was expecting an air escape right there, perhaps?
Possibly.
Or drop
air escapes. It's all about the read. Even when you're getting comboed, you're still playing.
That can be a tricky pickup. The slide into the trait, or all depends on how many mechanical bats you have, etc. Coming in. Oh my goodness, from the top rope. It's King. Is he gonna get a mix up here? With the cross up 4-3, and this could be lights out. Air escape may not even come into play. Sit back down. Gonna send the mechanical bat, and Forever King is gonna send us to a game number 5.
We got a game 5 right here for everybody.
Let's go. No matter what, someone is going to advance here. First game 5 of the night. Finally opening him up with the 4-2 there and trying to crouch it. There's the mind game that we're going to see off that 4-2. King was looking for the punish on the grab. Instead, eats that overhead.
Yummy overhead, definitely there. Are we going to see a background bounce here? Yes, we are. Forever King extending the combo. A hard knockdown from the up grapple. We're going to see Biohazard, I guess, score him out of there, but he just wasn't close enough to explosive.
Yeah, or he may have done it at that space, looking for a wake up. You know, Tamarian charge or the hair flip. At the range, he did it.
Perfect meter burn roll.
Good delay wake up by Bio, too, not to eat across the 4-3.
That's definitely a trade Biohazard wants. You know, if Batman is hit, he can't convert from that moment to that.
And the range that he can convert off it in the hit stun is staggering. We're gonna get another background mounts combo here. Are we going to reset? Here we go. And for the first time,
blocks the initial hit, but just didn't block the follow-up. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Maybe trying to disrespect. Maybe he was putting in a Tamarinian charge.
I mean,
maybe he didn't even realize that he blocked it.
Moment, that's just so scary.
A health bar piece. Game number 5. Down to the wire. And that's going to be a confirmation. Another background bounce here, unless we get an air escape. No, he's just going to go for the raw damage, and King drops the end of the back 2-3.
Yeah, a little tricky there in that specific combo. Little tight. Oh, multiple hits. You only get one hit of armor with that meter burn back 3.
Jeez, everything going King's way right now. The little reach is doing it on the back dash. The back 3 from downtown is going to send him for a ride.
We're going to the other side of conduct through the portal. Now we have those interactables available for both players. Biohazard utilizing it, getting some free chip damage, a little bit of burn damage over time, and oh my god, Forever King!
That was so much damage in Biohazard. He's maintained that level of play on War of the Gods. Let's see what can happen here. Going up against KP, who is actually going to go with Harley. Quinn, he's going to put 1-on-1 down right now. And we've seen some decent Harley action here lately. We've seen oh my goodness, what empty. We've seen Alexa Krusty start to have really good results recently. Shouts to him as well. Like we saw him on the western portion of the Injustice Pro series.
KP's had a great start here, but hold on, Emperor Kombat getting a little nervous here, not being able to convert it there. Beautiful air escape by KP, not quick enough to punish, but quick enough to get him out of a combo.
I wonder if he got an input error. See that he did forward dash, and he just missed the back 3, and he got whatever those kicks are. Is that just a stand 3?
Yeah, I believe that is a stand 3.
No conversion out the interact ladder. Kombat looking a little bit shaky here, and KP hopping on the mistakes that he is giving him right now. And the back three going underneath that little low profile of a backswing, dodging that. I mean, he was Neo from the Matrix there for a hot second.
Just got right under it. The very interesting thing about Harley Quinn's forward three is that you can actually change how far it goes.
Interesting conversion there. I like it. Puts himself in the corner, though. Just cooking back to bite him. Harley Quinn, who she's in her natural state of having a full stick of butter all the time.
Yeah, and it looks like KP is just kind of holding on to it and waiting for the clash because he's waiting for Emperor Kombat to activate his level 3 trade. And Emperor Kombat is waiting for KP to activate his clash.
Oh, it's not even going to come down to it because we're what single hits away in the meter bird projectile. Until he starts that trade. Because it's just one of those, like, you know, it's a double bonus situation that he's reaching for. But, you know, obviously in hindsight, that wasn't the play to make. Kombat getting us started early on. First blood and big damage off it, having that background bounce. We need 2 more to complete, really to fulfill the prophecy that is the finish him on that sign. But right now, Kombat is in full control in the driver's seat, going 87 miles an hour down this highway. That is top 16 path losers.
KP looking for a nice little low there, and Kombat's been doing a great job of just blocking those and opting to try to react to the overheads. Try to react, and oh no, a little bit of an overextension there, but KP does get a back throw, does get the corner positioning. Can he make it happen here? That was tricky.
They're the same one in the throw. But KP, he's going to need some damage here if he wants to catch up. And, you know, we haven't seen him really get a clean open up into the big B&Bs that we're used to.
I like the decision there to just kind of leave it unclashable and just, you know, buffer a little bit more, get some more bar there for the end game here. Every meter burn is going to mean unclashable damage and a very, very fast projectile. Isn't it crazy that his projectile meter burn is faster than any gunshot in this game?
Well, you know, this is...
It's quick, man. It is fast.
Yeah. It's science at that point. The Molten Trap is going to catch KP walking backwards.
Begin.
Pretty much is. I wouldn't want to say that Harley Quinn's his main over Wonder Woman. I feel like these are characters.
Oh, for sure. And he can use them, you know, interchangeably at any time, and looks so strong with either. And you know, he is one of those guys in the scene, and there's very few and far between that has the patience to use Wonder Woman at the highest level.
Yeah, definitely. Looking for the overhead there, but Kombat just kind of making KP bite in that situation and making him hold that explosive, leading into a combo and basically leading into a situation that's in his demise. That's awful. He's in the corner. He's down a lot of health. KP needs to make an adjustment. He needs to make a change right here or die.
Enough of your tricks.
We're just getting warmed up.
All right, 2 bars, 25%, health back, and you know, KP's trying to make a comeback here, but getting caught with that low Molten Trap, the meter burn extending it, and here's the mix-up. He does block it correct.
For the gods.
For that sweep, trying to stuff some wake-ups.
Oh,
And
Kombat.
just
What happened
chilling out here? Not sure what happened. From shades of War of the Gods.
It looked like he was just so comfortable in the position he was in that anything's going to work, and Kombat is going to take this 3.
Begin.
Here you go, HoneyBee not playing games, not even trying to start out their match with Flash because he knows how bad that went for him at Evo. So he's just, you know, trying a completely different play in this situation.
Oh yeah, he looked at that top 8 and saw what Tweety did to Big D, and yeah, he's just gonna go for the throat, go for the jugular here. and no resources. That would have been Big D's initial comeback already right there.
Just before dying.
It would have been, but that's how important first hit is in this game. When you get first hit, you get an additional bonus meter. Oh, the Tamaridian charge gets stuck under and he punishes. So any kind of trade here, but you need the hit. Smart stuff there by Big D, but just a little too late and in a bad situation.
And this is a matchup that I think is solely relying on very, very hard reads. If you're Poison Ivy, look for the meter burn rolls and the meter burn 4-3s, because that's where the bulk of most of the damage I've seen Big D take off these high level Starfires in any tournament setting. You know, looking at, oh my goodness, that air escape just got teleported back into Ivy's hand.
So many
You
to
hate to see that type of thing happen. Wasting 2 bars and just not get out of the combo, but hold on. HoneyBee not letting him down, and Big D forward dashing through the Stardust.
Ooh, maybe it was just trying to cross up with the far one there.
Feel you weakening.
I'm no damsel in distress.
And Big D is slowly creeping back into this matchup here, Arma.
And it's creeping in, but he's here. He is present. He's ready to play.
So patience, both these guys. Got him with the jump too. Here we go to the corner. Does have the bar. We get the kiss of death. We're straight to mix up. What's it gonna be here? Basic hit stun. Look at the shimmy. This man almost caught that down one with the jump too. And no pickup. So close with the kiss of death. And now HoneyBee reverse position and has all the meter necessary. Couple of straight hits. Couple of beams with the trait followed by, and this could be over. Big D gets the trade out himself. He's gonna follow it in.
Looking for the opening here. HoneyBee being very patient, reacting to the overhead, reacting to all this pressure.
Oh my goodness. It came down to a decision. And we'll see if that trend is going to continue here in the game number 2. Where he did look out of it. He kept that very competitive.
Blocks there by HoneyBee, but hold on, getting a little impatient there, trying to get a back 3, and Big D utilizing that down 2 that I heard was useless.
We have heard that a million times, and I think that Big D has gone through the gauntlet of getting blown up for every time that down 2 actually works. And did that just beat out a forward 2 detect from Starfire? We're in the corner, kiss of death. Trait's gonna come out, and HoneyBee, if he gets this wrong one time, he missed a hit stun there.
In charge there for HoneyBee, just kind of keeping himself in the air and just kind of waiting out the character power of Poison Ivy. What a conversion there from the cross up as Big D in the corner. Tables have turned. What's he gonna do? Back off or just go in?
Oh, HoneyBee thinking that it was his turn and letting that yo-yo rip his Big D, and has the lead here, game number 2. Gonna cancel? Ooh, push blocks before he does. So that string is so tricky. If you haven't seen it before, you think that overhead is actually the ender. It is not. And beating out the armor coming off with a trait is HoneyBee.
Oh, there we go. The meter burn forward 3. The range on this normal is ridiculous. And hold on, Big D not watching his feet, letting HoneyBee get away with it, but he's trying to start his own offense.
Ooh, looking to bait out something there in the 4-3 raw. Out of nowhere, like an RKO, or these 4-3 reads by Big D. Not even meter burn. That's some audacity right there.
Yeah, no whiff punish there of that jump in 2, and no whiff punish of that whiff back 3.
Jump 3 city right now by HoneyBee. Very hard normal to deal with. Oh, and on command, the down 2 working for Big D, and we're tied up 1.
Begin.
That on paper should be really hard to do, especially how it works. Going, it looked like underneath and through a projectile, which is what that's, you know, in theory designed to deal with, since it wasn't meter burn.
Great blocks there by Big D, recognizing the cross up the second time around. And just bullying his way right after blocking the Stardust. And HoneyBee backdashing, trying to get some space going, but Big D chasing him down here. Pukey is out. It's a 2-on-1 until she gets hit.
Through the grab on the 4-2, that was very perfect. It was perfectly timed by HoneyBee to get in between the shots of the trade. Wow, did you see the reaction to the 4-3 non-meter burn? He just swung. HoneyBee getting back in there.
He definitely was swinging for the fences here, just trying to disrespect anything coming his way.
This might kill on damage alone, but regardless, it's going to put him in chip. Yep. Just like that. Go for the throw. He could have threw like a down one.
Make it all better.
A little risky.
Down one, like Vine Strike to build a little bit of bar or something. Yeah, the throw was actually low-key kind of risky there.
It was. If HoneyBee saw it coming, he could have went for a neutral jump, avoided the Pukey assist, and really hurt Big D for making such a harsh decision.
I'm no damsel in distress.
2 bars for HoneyBee to get a little bit more health back, putting him in this game. And the meter burn roll, not sure if it was a punish or if HoneyBee was looking to do something else, but either way, he's finding himself at Big D's mercy here. 2-on-1, you gotta respect the Pukey trade. Forward throw again in that situation, very risky stuff.
Ooh, nice conversion! Oh my goodness. Back to the face and the hit stun. That is pretty much all but guaranteed right there. You know, what Flash's weaknesses are here in Injustice 2, which are, you know, oh my. Which are, you know, the big normals, the zoning. It's hard for him to simply get in on this character. And Big D, probably just feeling comfortable enough to just start this match with a forward 3. And here we go. We're already in the blender here, if you're on it. Speaking of a blender, though.
The combo, I love the use of that late back 3. Sonic down there by Big D, and somehow still converts, even though one move actually completely whiffed. Gonna pop him up, utilizing that meter to make sure that this is gonna be enough here. And HoneyBee looking like HoneyBee right now.
Speedy recovery.
For all the momentum that Big D had.
HoneyBee showing so much patience.
The Flash is a testament to only needing to hit to get back into these games. And because the trade is gone, we're going to tie things up here. Big D is now on match life bar against HoneyBee. Ooh.
Oh, the interactable, the bomb right to the Flash's face is going to give Big D the opportunity to make this comeback, to take this lead here, and just try to solidify the set.
What a backdash by Big D to get out of the OP.
Then hurry up and die.
Is Poison Ivy's backdash kind of under the radar? Maybe?
I think it's got great range, but I think it has a lot of recovery.
Oh, and something that's not underrated is that forward 3. He has caught some disgusting anti-airs so far in this set. Trades out, and the down 2 on the trade. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say that was a favorable trade, but Big D converting into some real damage here.
Oh, the air escape not gonna matter, and Big D is gonna defeat America East. Let's go. Green Arrow versus Robin.
Little Savage Blast to put a little space between himself and his opponent. It is Sooneo, and Robin with a down 2 immediately looking for the gap there. Chucking a lot of fire at him with those fire arrows and those embers. Oh, gonna pop him up for a combo here in the corner, and thanks to that counter power, he's gonna have a few more options here. And there you go, Sooneo not seeing it coming.
I like the aggression early from Hayatei. You know, we kind of saw that with SylverRye, you know, not letting Green Arrow play the pace that he wants to play at, which is, you know, zone heavy, very basic oriented, where he controls the pace of the match. Instead, it's Hayatei who's getting all offensive here and controlling the pace himself. Oh, no.
Oh, and what a trade conversion here.
Jeez.
Hayatei ready to go here.
Hayatei literally just swung. I think he knew that Sooneo was going to be pressing something, anything, and he just swung. What a very Hayatei thing to do.
That's definitely Hayatei for you, but hold on. Sooneo getting the perfect trade here thanks to that ice arrow, building up a little bit meter with that swaggy corner combo.
Hayatei has actually
getting a little punish.
He's had the same read going back to his insurgence of Mortal Kombat X, where sometimes
Man,
he
I
feels,
chunked that one.
Your mediocrity is killing me.
you know, he just feels when you do anything, he just has a sense, and he'll just DP. Like nothing could be happening at all, and then Hayatei will DP you, and you're like, wait a minute, what?
That's when he's in your head, when he knows you're about to move, and you're trying to get your stuff started. This is going to hurt. No air escape available for Sooneo. Goes to the Assassin Strike, and I see Hayatei doing that a lot in this set.
And there's another dash of DP. Here we go.
That's it. I see a little trend here with Suneo's character picks.
And this has been a character that's kind of made a surprise. I don't know if it's a comeback or just a surprise showing here late in Injustice 2. But people have been finding him to be an answer for a lot of characters, and you know, it's not going to matter if you can't get Robin off of you so far in this matchup.
No, it's definitely not. But Sooneo trying to get a little breathing room, you know, by utilizing those mother boxes. Now that mother box character power is going to come out and going to stay active even if Cyborg gets hit for a full combo. Oh, not enough damage to take the armor there that he tried to utilize there with that meter burn interactable. Backdashing to try to, you know, stay away from a bad situation, which is in the distance and in the range of Robin's long sword.
Catch a couple of the approaches with these projectiles, which are some of the most damaging projectiles in the game. And nice meter burn. Not to eat it on block or on hit. That was so smart by Hayatei to be able to continue being on offense. That has just been the story of Hayatei in this match, is that he is not stopping.
Yeah, a lot of players like to throw that mother box out, and once it comes out, they think it's their turn.
Game over, bud.
Don't be a sore loser, Vic.
Can he stop the approach? That has been the story of this set so far, and he has just been finding the hits, constantly moving forward. He has not stopped moving forward, I think, this entire set. And one away from closing it out, and the sweep. Booyah! A booyah, baby, but it might be a little bit too late there, Cyborg. You need a full bar of health comeback right now. Only a true master.
Hold on, putting on a lot of chip damage here in the situation. He tries to jump away, and Hayatei with that DP.
And it's, I don't use this for a lot of players, but Hayatei, I think, definitely falls into this, in that he plays with a controlled chaos, where it might seem like he's going crazy or being YOLO, but there's a thought process behind it. And like it's like a crazy smart. It's very hard to explain it, but that's what I like to call it. It's like a controlled chaos, and it's very difficult to get a read on.
Yeah, I mean, if you appear to be insane from your opponent, it's really hard for that opponent to understand what decisions you want to make every single time. Rolling in, and that smart Verderang tracking him no matter what side he's on after that flip art. So you're doing a much better job of keeping out Hayatei. It's just really comes down to that one devastating jump in that Robin needs, that one combo that Hayatei is looking for. And there it is, that down two. Is this going to be the bad situation he's looking for? He wakes up with a boost spin, invincibility frames for days.
Now where's that sleeping?
Sooneo has a little bit of life here now all of a sudden. Making the switch back when his tournament life was on the line. 2 green arrow. And you know, Cyborg was looking pretty good after he lost a bar and a half of health. What?
After Cyborg goes down to 1 tiny pixel.
Yep, that's when things started turning around, but oh my goodness, that was just chip damage. He's played primarily the entire tournament with Green Arrow, and I guess that's where he feels he's most comfortable with right now, to put it 100% on the line to where it's win or go home.
Killing doesn't solve anything. Superman and I disagree.
And the fire arrow there, great recognition there by Sooneo to see Robin in the air and just let go of the arrow right before he hits the ground. Oh, this one's gonna hurt here, and he's gonna have the corner positioning here. This is Hayatei, the hard knockdown, and Sooneo does not wake up. There it is.
And once again, and we're going to the corner here. Greeno does have some tricky stuff in the corner. Putting out an EX Savage Blast. What an animal. Get off the bike, sir. Sooneo is not out of this whatsoever right now. All of a sudden,
Anything is happening.
the only zoning that has worked for Sooneo.
He's got no meter. Hayatei has no meter, no resources to feed the Sooneo, except for those fire arrows. This is gonna be enough. No.
Oh
And
my
the patience.
My one.
The patient. God, he knows he has to do this. He has to understand the reads right out the gate. Jump back one. Get away from Hayatei and hold all these arrows as you just slowly wither away to this loss.
And it looks like Suneo's getting a feel for the movement and the decision-making of Hayatei. Because right at the start of this match, you mentioned, the read of the instant jump back one, he was like, you know what, Hayatei is going to get aggressive here and start off with the aggression, jump 3 perhaps.
All right, hasty little air escape there by Sooneo. I mean, it didn't really make him avoid too much damage, but I guess it did put him in a better spot where he could go back to neutral and really just sit back on zoning. Then jump back one of the best anti-airs in this game. Oh, tries to snatch him out of the air. Not sure if that was the invincibility frame stopping him from getting hit, or if the arrow is just a little too low.
A lot of mobility.
Doing so much damage. Sooneo needs to get off this side of the stage.
We're talking about those interactables, the trench eggs here on the stage of Atlantis, and how they benefit both power and gadget characters. The mobility that it adds. And, both of them are very big and active for a power character. No matter what side your opponent's on, if you throw one of them, chances are it's going to get to the opponent, hit or block.
Yeah, and then also for a gadget character, it actually offers him so many frames of invincibility and an almost free way in.
Yeah, you'll see guys, just like you saw, the back and forth right there, you'll just see them floating around for an eternity, especially with likes of Blue Beetles, where they can cancel them into another one. Just get real creative with it. And we saw early on that the meta was really strong with that, with gadget characters. Semiij and Catwoman almost relied on it.
And that's what's so interesting about this game. One of the few fighting games where a lot of stages really make matchups different.
Woo! Nice little stinger in there, almost jumping into the ice arrow. There's Hayatei, and Sooneo is still maintaining a health lead here. Not blowing up the gap, though, is Hayatei.
Oh, great block of that overhead from Hayatei, and Hayatei's keeping him in the corner.
Dash up DP, oh my goodness. Is the aggression, the chaos that is Hayatei, is it going to come down to just one savage read by this man? He might need it against this zoning, the space that's being built by Sooneo right now, and he is sniping him out of the air. One more arrow is going to do it. Even regular defensibility. Are you kidding me?
This Gross is coming down to the wire, and there was enough. The spray of the fireworks that he just is here. He's got 2 wins, barely over Hayatei. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you get those wins, how dominant or not dominant they are. All that matters is that the win happened or it didn't happen. So right now it comes down to this game 5 here. Sooneo just needs to take this over Hayatei and just upset everybody.
Here we go. So this is what he's getting a little bit of zoning implemented early on, which is something I'm not used to seeing either. Oh, sit down.
Oh, Hayatei with that reversal uppercut here. No, Sooneo didn't want to be right next to him. Knows that he just, you know, he's feeling a little antsy. He wants to press buttons.
There we go. That DP might be an answer for the fidget spinner as well. But he has not been blowing up the gap in it, unfortunately. But looks like he's finding the answers, trying to find the answers here late in the set. Sooneo
not
sitting
sure
on a full stick of butter.
It's going to be fast enough for the gap.
Ooh. They're probably out for the gap. He does have a 6-frame down 1, which can lead into a full combo with down 1 too.
Oh, here we go. The Uniburn Savage Blast doing so much damage, and the perfectly placed fire arrow to just stop Robin from starting any of his offense. We talk about how fair jump 3 is by Robin.
Killing doesn't solve anything. Superman and I disagree.
3-2. Soonio's going to get 15% here and get half that little bit of bar. Can he get a fire arrow active? Yeah, there we go. Hayatei's going to look for the aggression. Does have a bar. Might see a meter burn roll hidden in here somewhere. Meter burn roll on the DP. Something savage. Who knows? And, you know, it isn't like the Hellboy matchup that we saw Sooneo have to play early on where, you know, he runs out of arrows or in the middle of his arrows, he has to look for a full screen leap where a character can come in instantly. He actually gets to play the spacing game a little more against Robin here. Robin just dancing around these arrows.
Sooneo is out of there. Unfortunately, Robin cannot take that corner interactable out of play. It's not a power character.
This is such a long sequence of these guys not just trying to, of Hayatei trying to get the green arrow and Sooneo managing to stay away, looking for the big reaching up arrow, but this is punished by Hayatei and the Murder Rank gonna track him down. Couple hits away now. We're getting down to the wire again. Oh,
this is going to be curtains for Hayatei. He's got to make a great play here. He's got no meter.
And he held it! And Sooneo, reverse 3. Your top 12 in points. Right now, currently in IPS.
Oh, Biohazard snatching Gross out of the air with that overhead elbow drop. And really just trying to start his offense here. The low overhead, very tricky stuff to block.
And is this not a run back from CEO, either top 8 or 4 top 8? I think it was in top 8.
I think both these players were in top 8. I know Biohazard was in winners, and I believe Gross might have got sent into losers in that top 8. But either way, Gross getting away, getting out of the corner with that tiny little pixel. And what a bait, what a textbook bait. Just back off and wait for Biohazard to hang himself. Can he close this out? No, the elbow drop.
Barely getting away with that first bar. Look at the top 8 right now. Biohazard 3-1 over Gross in the 4th place match at CEO this year. And I believe it was this exact matchup.
Block through the overhead. The foot dive does have as an overhead, no matter how fast Black Adam activates it.
Oh my goodness.
Real patient, and then just jumps in with the jump in too.
I am greater than your gods.
I think Gross thought he was going to catch a trip guard. If he would have done Frog Splash, I think it would have whiffed. But because he snuck in that jump 2, which is the one normal that goes forward, I think that really caught Gross off guard. Oh my goodness.
Not while I breathe.
We're getting the health back. Doesn't have a lot of resources here. You know, it doesn't get too scary until now when he's got that second bar of meter. But Gross doesn't have a wager, so Bio can keep the mix-up relatively safe. He can hold on to these resources because he doesn't have to rely on the unclashable damage to kill now. Oh, but what a dash up! Biohazard out of it. One hit from Bane. And the air snatch to get us started.
Air snatch right out of the sky here as Gross tries to just jump in with that very floaty jump of Black Adam. Oh, I heard he didn't have a wake up. I
think he still doesn't. Is that just luck? That was the tip of the people's elbow of Bane. There we go. Gross catching him on the approach to that forward one. No Venom to worry about on his wake up either. And that is such a dirty mix up. We saw, you remember Rewind mixing up Sonic Fox 20 times in a row with that same exact guessing game?
Oh, yeah.
Whiffing the jump 3 in the corner into the dive kick that in every, everything you thought that you know about fighting games tells you that whatever he's going to do is going to cross up if he's behind me. And he get dope kick right in front of you.
Yeah, not easy to see coming. Biohazard trying to bully him into the corner where Gross is going to be a little bit more limited on his movement, but looks like here it is on the wake up again, the lightning cage. It does have some invincibility.
Woo! Oh! That was
level 3 Venom.
That was the tip of that shoulder charge. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that hit so high. And behind.
He had to airstake. He did not want to take advantage. He might have died. Great anticipation there of the foot dive. Catches Black Adam jumping, which is what Gross has been doing a lot. Backdashing and getting it for his recovery.
Meters on.
Can he do this?
Oh no! Resources are dwindling right now. Peter bursts the interactable, not enough to get the kill. The orbs are out. Isn't enough? And he's gonna get it with another forward one.
That was the right play. With a down one to start things off. That low, a little slow, but definitely great range. And the recovery from Kamanga, from Bane, that's really what just gets under everybody's skin. The fact that you have to specifically get around it, not too much recovery. The foot dive, just bullying his way through this neutral, just stopping Biohazard and pressing normals.
Oh, here we go.
With them backdashing, this one is gonna hurt. Oh my god, the damage!
And yeah, once that trait was activated, not much that Bao could do to avoid death. But, that combo is going to keep him alive if he can get the hit here on Gross. You have that first bar. He's going to level 2. No, he's going to eat this black magic. And the air escape, wow. Coming off the resources so early there was Bio.
Yeah, 2 bars very, very quickly. It's going to take a huge toll on this, especially because the whole comeback mechanic revolves around how much meter you build when you get hit.
Kneel, not while I breathe.
Gross with a commanding lead 2-0. And looks so comfortable in the turnaround to how uncomfortable he, not really uncomfortable, but I guess how many times that he gets wrong at CEO. Yeah. and how Bio was able to find the hits. And Gross has been pretty hard to hit. He's played the spacing game very well and is just avoiding the offense of Bane so far. Oh no, no commitment by Bio.
Not sure what that was there.
Just potentially missing something. You're right, and that's gonna be the death on the stop. And Gross 3-0 over Biohazard. And the online North American East tournament will have 0 Canadian representation in the top 8.